Are you wondering what's happening on? Are you wondering what's happening? Well, we're trying to get the mother onto that milking stand. That's what's happening. Yep, that's what's happening. That's why you're hearing all the bah, 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 bah.
So I'm going to tell you about our milking stand a little bit today, and if you've been following our channel for any amount of time at all, you know that we have kidded out. Our goats have had their kids.
38 hours old.
Just
Oh, she's
toasty warm.
Good job. Let's see her, Zoe. What did you name her?
This is glitter sparkles, and she's glitter on her.
She looks like she has glitter on her, doesn't she?
We have two goats, two Nubians, and they both had twins. And so fairly soon we're going to start milking them. And so one thing that that we've done with both of them is we've shaved their udders, and that's going to just help with keeping the milk clean, keeping that hair from falling in, and you'll see a little bit of hair as I show you our milking stand. So here is a milking stand that I built for us, and it's just all wood. You know, I've seen ones with metal platforms and such, and that's a great idea. You know, obviously you can keep those clean by spraying them off, but the wood has worked really well for us here, and it's easy to make, and I would recommend just building your own. It's not a big deal at all. So here we have, this is all made of, these are all 2x4s here, and the one is just on a pivot on the just a bolt here, so that you can pivot that obviously in a little handle up here that it's just a high wire fencing insulator. But anyways, the goat's head comes through here. We just used an old dish that we had around. I screwed it to here. We're putting the sweet feed in here. Goat comes in, puts his head in. You bring this around to you think is good, and then you just latch it over here on the bolt. And we're hoping that eventually, as the goats learn and as they are accustomed to what's going on here, we're not even going to have to pull that over. But when we are wanting to, you know, shave the udders or take care of hoofs or whatever needs to happen there, it's good to have that and to be able to handle them how we want and keep them in there. And it's also good for the first time on training. The goats that we have never been milked before, and I'll show you a little bit about the first couple times that we've even put them up in the stand.
All right, today is day one of trying to get Rose to get up on the milking stand to actually milk today. So her babies are about 48 hours old, and Lincoln, oh, good try. We're trying to lure her with some sweet feed. So Lincoln already got her real close. She's probably the least tame mama that we have out here, so we've been trying to work with her and get her used to the milking stand and get her used to human contact. So, and she's a new mama, so she's just getting used to nursing herself and all that entails. Come on, Rose. Okay, round two. We're thinking maybe if we brought her little babies over to the milking stand, she'd be more apt to jump up there with the sweet feed. So we're gonna pick up little Oreo and hot chocolate.
No, not Oreo.
You named it something different? What'd you name
Chuck.
it? Chuck. Oh yes, Chuck. Chuck and hot chocolate. Both little girls. All right, come on, Rose. Oh, there's the babies. 48 hours old.
Just toasty warm.
She's got them tucked away underneath some hay. All right. Yeah, come on, Mama. Yep, come on. You can do it. Come here, little Mama. Here they are. They're all safe and sound. All right.
Little milkers in training here.
Aren't they the cutest little things? Oh. Here, maybe she'll go up all on her own. Nope.
So it doesn't always go just perfectly the first time. I mean, you've got to train them, and you've got to teach them what manners are in the milking stand. And so you want them to stand a certain way, and you want to be able to milk them how you work best and how your stand works best. So teach them and show them how they're supposed to stand, how they're supposed to be. And the first thing that we train them is we bring them in here, and we have this fairly tight, and it's in place so that they cannot pull out of that. We're showing them right away that no matter what they do, they're not going to get out of our milking stand. And so they're going to create a habit right away that there's really no reason to try, and they know that they can't get out. They remember that, and so it's not a big issue. They'll come in, they'll have their treat, and we don't have to have this really super tight after that or anything. And so that's that. You just want to be able to move that and get that to where you want it. And also I have pieces of plywood here, just in the case that since we are training new ones, I don't want them sticking their head in over here, or I don't want them, we have this over here, and they can stick their head in here, but for the most part, it's closed off, whatever. So it just gives them one spot to look through. They're going to stick their head through here, they're going to get their treat, they got it figured out. So when I built the milking stand, I just used, all this is windbreak board. It's pretty rough cut. It's not super bad, but there is a little bit of a texture on there. And I thought that would be important as they stand on here. They're not slipping around. They feel sturdy. This is a sturdy stand. They feel like what's underneath their feet is sturdy. They're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to fall through. I just made these boards this much longer so that you had a place to sit here and milk back here. And I think that does work really well. And it's sturdy. Anybody can do it. Your goat's here, and you're kind of pushing up a little bit on her maybe, and you're milking here with your dish here. Another thing I did was I put the same windbreak board on the back side here, and what that's going to allow is just the top one. Obviously I can push her up against it a little bit, and she's going to have a place to just push over. And the bottom one is that so that that hoof doesn't go over the edge and then she just kind of falls off. That would be a bad deal, because the next, she's going to be cautious from here on out on, is she going to slip off? Is she going to fall off? What's going to happen? So that's why I have a bottom and a top run here, and I think that's really important, and that's something to think about. You don't want your goat falling off your stand, and you want your goat to feel very secure getting up on the stand. So that brings us to the ramp here. It's just windbreak board again, and it's really pretty long, and you have your little steps here just to make sure that she can get her footing as she comes up here. And I know, some goats aren't even going to use that. They're going to hop right up here, they're going to put their head in, and that's awesome. But your goat might be a little bit older, and she is probably going to just want to use the ramp, and it's easy, and also it's a great tool for when you're training that goat and you're bringing her up on here for the first time. You don't want to have her make that big leap the very first time, It's just a gradual walk up the ramp. She gets on the milking stand, and just it's overall, it feels safe, it feels secure for her, and she's not getting stressed out. And stressed out animals, they're not going to let their milk down as easy. The milking situation is going to be stressful for you and the animal. So we want to do everything possible to make that a good experience from the very first time on. Also, we have just some slots in between each board in case that animal, pees or whatever, that is going to drop through. And so, obviously, we haven't really milked for drinking milk on this stand yet. We've just, like I said, we've just used it to do some hoof trimming, and then also used it to shave the udders and things of that nature. But you'd want to really clean this off, sweep it down really good for when you're going to go ahead and have that milk to drink. So that's just our milking stand, and also our first experience, the clips of our first experience of getting the goat to come up. And it's not always that perfect picture that you might see. Other people, you know, their goat jumps right up there. They don't even have to close the head gate, and they just milk, and it's no big deal. So that is our experience, and as we keep on milking, I'm going to try to do another video of us actually milking and how much milk we're getting from these girls, and just it's just awesome. They're really great goats, and it's going to be a good experience for them, and I think we're going to enjoy the milking as well. So that's our milking stand.
This is Maxine's baby, and Zoe named her, and her name is Glitter Sparkles. Pretty fitting, since she's just a little cuddle bug, and she's shinier than ever. Just sparkly.